Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. A slightly different setup. As you can see, I moved my location. What means location? Actually not a lot. I'm still in my room, but the position changed, the light changed. Well, I'm working with daylight today. I wonder why I'm so white. I don't know why. I'm sorry if this looks so weird. And I had to change even my chair because my chair is making noises a lot when I sit on it. So I had to take another one from the kitchen. I hope you don't mind. I even can put my feet here like on the table. It's really comfortable. I like to sit like that. Drinking coffee with my cute BTS cup, a cup of tea with sugar and a cookie. It's from the Gamescom. I think you remember that vlog. And it's actually not almost, I think it is 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It is, but I just had a seminar and I need a coffee after that. Over 2 hours of struggling with the internet because university in times of corona sucks just as school probably does, especially if your internet or your computer is just crap. I'm actually a really cozy mood right now, and that's probably what I want this video to be like as well. My hoodie is just crumpled. I hope you don't mind if you actually can see it. I don't know how many days I'm wearing it already. Not too many. Today is definitely last day, but if you don't really leave the house, I think you get me. This video is actually based on my video from I don't know how many months ago, where I first made a really real talk, deep type of stuff, and I remember I was a little bit too deep in that video maybe. I was criticizing society basically, and that's how stuff like that can happen easily if you're really angry at such stuff. But in this one, I don't really want to criticize society itself a lot, but just some bullshit things, beliefs that people brought up and somehow that manifested, found its solid place in our perception. I was not sure if I want to do something like that again last time because the vibe is so different, but to be honest, right now I'm drawn a lot more towards that type of videos or just topics in general, to just really show that even though I make funny stuff maybe about anime and stuff and vlogs, I'm also just a human being that has a completely different side that can also cry and stuff. And seriously, there was even one video where I had to stop filming it because something happened and I was crying before actually taking up that video again, being like, okay, you gotta finish filming this now. I don't remember what exactly happened, but seeing that, like thinking of it, that I finished this video pretending nothing has ever happened. I mean, of course, if I said suddenly, guys, I was just crying, I just had to break it down because this and this happened, would have been so weird. But I just want to show, or maybe just talk about that, like to rinse out my soul with you guys, maybe if you find it interesting, want to listen to me, want to maybe contribute to my discussion with myself, with the camera, with you on a distance, in the comments, or I don't know. Today I want to be mad at some... I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be mad, to be honest. Like, I don't want to be mad now. I just want to point out some, like, I actually put out 5 for now. 5, no, I like round, they're not round, even numbers, let's put it that way. Not in a scientifically correct sense, but you know what I mean. 5 phrases that should be eliminated out of our social system or our belief system. And of course they'd be like, oh, who the fuck are you that you know what is good or what is bad for society? Of course I don't, because probably I even believed in some of them myself, or even subconsciously maybe still believe. But to be honest, these are phrases that make me personally feel that something is really awkward about that, in a negative sense. So how can they be correct if they leave you with such a crap emotion, maybe such a crap perception about yourself, how life should be, how you should act? I just wanna be like, these phrases, not good for me. I don't want to believe that shit anymore. And I'm specifically about sayings, so not just random phrases, but like sayings or proverbs, I don't know, whatever word you want to use in English. Some of them I translated from German, but they exist in English as well, so I think you can follow me and understand what I mean. Maybe I will insert the German one in the comments, so maybe people know what the original is. But the context is the same, I guess, and probably each or almost each culture has similar stuff, or the same stuff even. Oh, I can't speak for all because I don't know them all. But many of us, especially Westerners, probably do believe or know. The first one actually would be beauty knows no pain, aka who wants to be beautiful must suffer. what kind of stupid statement is that? I know this is probably a really old saying and refers to princesses and stuff and how they had to dress up and what kind of process they had to go through in the morning to get their hair done and their dress and whatever, and people do that today as well. Like, I know some people who think they're ugly or not really beautiful naturally, which is not true. I've seen those people, they're actually really stunning even without makeup. They try to make themselves up like for 2 hours in the morning to look like a human being. What the fuck? Actually, the first time I thought of that was when I was at work. I worked and still do work with old people, mini job thing, like almost a volunteer thing actually right now, but we have coworkers who are playing games with the old people, like to keep their mental capacities on track a little bit. One game would be finish the sentence, so the saying. They would start beauty knows no, and then they should insert whatever it is. And people would say pain because that's the complete saying. And the German translation would be like literally, who wants to be beautiful must suffer. They would ask him to complete the sentence and say, who wants to be beautiful must, and they're waiting for the response, and one lady actually said smile instead of suffer, though suffer would be the correct answer, but then everyone said, yeah, actually that's a better option. I heard that and I was like, yeah, that's actually clever. Not just clever, actually it's just human, it's normal, that's what it should be. And I think smiling people are just so beautiful, like radiating this happiness, you know, instead of saying you must suffer, you have to wait, you have to let them pull up your hair so you get the exact hairstyle. It's like, no. Smile, freaking smile. Doesn't matter how you look, what you wear, if it's a crumpled hoodie as I do, or if it's a dress, how your hair looks like, whether you have makeup or not. I think everyone agrees on that. It's not like a individual thing, but so many people would say that. There is a reason to it, so just the thing that beauty knows no pain. I think it's getting really outdated and it's good that it does. The next thing would be, the next saying, time heals. Time heals wounds, or time heals everything. Which is just straight up false. Time doesn't heal anything. What it does heal is really small wounds, emotional wounds, but also like physical wounds. Let's take this as an example. If you have just a little scratch, just really a tiny one, after like 1 or 2 weeks, it's gonna be gone like, completely. You won't see anything, you won't remember you had it. But if it's a big trauma, if it's like a really deep cut or something, that will leave a scar, and maybe it's gonna take a long time to heal it, of course. The deeper the wound, the longer it takes to heal it. And even after that, you will have a scar that will remind you of that incident. The same goes for emotional things. Of course, the wound can be, or the scar, less visible, like if you treat the wound properly and do everything so that the scar in the end is really small, but there probably still will be a scar. The same goes for emotions, for your mental health, emotional inner wounds and trauma. Making noises, I'm trying to film a video. If you take care of that wound as good as possible, the result is gonna be better, of course. If some like really nasty incident happens and you like, or someone tells you like, oh, time will heal it, like you broke up with someone and if the time he'll heal it, yeah, maybe for some people it will, but what if the relationship was so meaningful to them? Some people keep thinking of it for so long and get in trouble maybe really because they don't work with themselves, with that problem, with that resistance they have in themselves. In that case, time doesn't heal anything. Or if you have like family problems, like I don't know what it could be, cheating or stuff, or hitting or beating, how would you say that, oh, my dad was beating me every day, now he doesn't, time will heal it, I'm not gonna remember it probably in 2 or 3 years. Like, what the fuck, no. You have to work on those wounds to make them recover properly. Time alone doesn't do anything. If it's severe enough, time won't fix anything. It will just maybe push it away, it will maybe make it not as present, but it will not fix it. So if you're not willing to put in the work in healing your inner world with the problem, chances are you're not gonna be the same you as before, or maybe not as happy, or you will have just some maybe even subtle problems with stuff like that. With similar problems, you will be resentful towards men, towards whoever hurt you back then, because you didn't work. I mean, it's tough to work on that stuff, right? But if you want it to heal properly, you have to just work on it, and Doesn't even matter if you want to do it alone or want specific help, professional help. It depends on the situation, but my statement is just that time alone does not heal anything, especially if it's severe enough. And that goes almost hand in hand with the third saying that I want to criticize. Out of sight, out of mind. The only thing you can maybe connect this to or relate this to is like sweets. If you want to diet and you're like eating too many of those and you like put them away so that you don't see them. They're always constantly on the table and you're like, I'm eating them when I see them, so when I don't see them I won't think about them and I will eat less of it. That might work if it's something that simple, of course, but doesn't work with deeper emotional stuff. I don't know, it's just difficult to explain. But I must say I would not banish this one because there is a truth to it, as I said, in some situations, but for some individuals you cannot apply this if they are struggling with something that is severe enough for them. You cannot generalize that. Okay, the next one. This one actually drives me nuts if you think about it in a certain context, which I do. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. It sounds not so bad first. It sounds like, yeah, if you have something, it's better than if you don't have anything but you see double of it somewhere, but it's not yours. I was looking at the meaning of this saying. It was meant in a sense of setting realistic goals for yourself, for personally yourself or myself. What means realistic here? Because it actually tells me how I feel about that phrase. It's like, you cannot do this. It's better if you lower your standards, if you lower your aims, because you are not good enough for it, at least. So take something that is more reachable for you and you better don't look up too high. This is depressing, isn't it? Being said that you cannot have it, so you better go for the easier option. What the fuck? If it was meant in a sense that you should be grateful for what you have already, even if it's not $1 billion on your bank account, but just 10,000 or something, because it still is money and it is still a lot, of course, that's cool, but it is not meant in a sense that way. Like, at least when I look it up, or what. Probably people don't use it in a sense of gratitude because that wouldn't make a lot of sense to most people. They'd be like, oh, you better keep what you have, too much for you anyway, it's too much to grasp, or I don't know, like maybe even in a general sense, not like, oh, you cannot have it, but just like nobody can have it, so you should not even try to, which I think is pretty sad, and I don't want to think that way. I just want to eliminate those kinds of limiting beliefs out of my life right now because I'm trying new things. My life is taking a new direction right now, or I'm on a new path right now. There are a lot of things I want to try out and goals I have that maybe some people look at me smiling, being like, oh, that's really cute, but I'm serious about them. It's just sometimes sad to hear because it just doesn't help you at all, especially if you have like greater visions and people just shit on it, tell you stuff like that, or maybe you tell this yourself, like, hell no, stop doing it. If you have great dreams, don't dream small, please, dream big. You should be, of course, prepared for all the stuff that can come across, but you should not give up and say like, I better stay with what I have because nobody ever did the other stuff, or nobody ever caught two birds in the bushes. Everyone just like had one. Like, don't think that way. It's just really limiting and it's not really fun. And the last one is also makes me angry. It never rains but it pours, aka misfortune never comes alone or singly. Why would you want to believe that? Like, why would you want to believe that? If something bad happens to you, why would you expect something worse or some other bad stuff, bad luck to come your way? Why would you want that? Why are you inviting this into your life? I don't get it. If something bad happens to you and you expect, like, you prepare for war and you expect the worst, you focus on the worst, it's gonna come to you because you focus on it, because you're like literally saying, come to me, misfortune, I'm ready for you. Who in the world? It's probably again this expectation thing that if something bad happens, like your expectations are crushed first, so you should lower them so you are not hurt in the after effect, whatever, I don't know. I mean, it's probably a core belief in society now, so that's why it happens, that's why it manifests, and and it comes true because we focus on it so much. We should really change that shit and say, well, one bad thing happened doesn't mean that now a chain of bad events is happening for me. It's just one little thing maybe, or maybe it's severe, I don't know, but it doesn't mean that now your whole life's gonna crush. It really depends on you, your mind, your perception, your belief, and also how you treat this. Like, if there's one thing that happened to you, are you going to be optimistic about it and say, even if there will be further bad luck situations, I'm not gonna see them as bad luck, whine about them, but I'm gonna see them as an opportunity. So I will prepare in that sense, like, what can I do out of this situation or those situations that maybe are to come to make them positive, and not like drown in them or whatever and to be desperate and shit. Like, no, I don't want to believe in that. I just want to live my best life and don't expect shit to come my way. Like, what in the world? Like, my life is amazing. That's what I should tell myself, right? That's what you also should tell yourself. I can't speak anymore. I need my coffee. I'm actually not drinking too much coffee. Like, I'm not addicted to coffee like I feel most of people are. They're like, oh, I need my coffee in the morning or I'm not gonna live. Doesn't work with me like that. Yeah, that's basically the real talk stuff that I wanted to bring up today. And I have so much stuff on my mind. Some of them are already brought on paper, so my mind is not stuffed with it. But I mean, like, concerning YouTube, they're gonna be... I don't want to say anything now. I'm not gonna say anything now because I think I said too many times stuff like that in the past, so I'm just not gonna do it. But please, if you like this video, if you like that kind of vibe, if you like that kind of real talk situation, discussion situation, leave this video a thumbs up, because I know it's also my fault. Like, seriously, it's my fault that I don't bring up videos regularly at the moment. I'm thinking of how to fix it actually in the future to make it more consistent, like at one specific date, so YouTube algorithm is like getting me, you know. I have not done that yet, so it will be really cool if you like this video, so the algorithm at least sees that I actually exist and recommends my videos. You can also share it if you know some people who have like similar thoughts and you're like, oh, you have to see this. I'm always happy about every person who actually watches this video, which shows me that you're actually also thinking about more complex stuff like this one, and this is really cool. Props to you. That's how we should maybe think about the world sometimes. Activating our minds a little bit. And yeah, I think the video is long enough. I have so much going on right now, like with university stuff. Like, when will I bring this in? I think my SD card is getting full also. I have to end this here. If you have any thoughts, of course, leave them in the comments below. I always like to read your stuff, like really. I have to go back to work, do my stuff, and you want to like this video. You do. I know you do. I know you want to like it. It's getting cringy. Thank you for watching a lot and stay fresh. See you next time. Goodbye.